Hi, Wheatley Wildcats. This is your English instructional coach, Mr. White, and I'm sitting here with Vanessa.
Hello.
And I will let her introduce herself and tell you guys a little bit about herself.
Hello, my name is Vanessa and currently I am finished with this book called Nerve.
Nerve.
It's surprisingly a good book, as I might say. I thought at first it was gonna be a normal run of the mill high school drama, because I'm like the type of person like you see it and then you already know the whole story, but this thing actually surprises me.
Okay, so we are going to be talking about Nerve, and Nerve is our campus-wide initiative. So every student on campus has this book. So we just want to kind of get you guided about it. We know some of you guys have already read it and finished it. Some of us have started it, and but we haven't finished. And some of us have not started, but we need to start and finish as well because there are some pretty cool incentives for reading the book that we're going to talk about a little bit later in this video to you guys. So let's talk about the titles, okay?
All right.
All right. So the title of this book is Nerve. Now I know that there is a movie out for the book. Have you seen the movie?
No, I have not. But I figure I'd read the book anyway because the movie likes to cut out giant parts of the book.
So had you heard of the book before we gave it out?
No, I have not.
Okay, so before you read it and you saw the title Nerve, what did you think the book was going to be about?
Well, I thought it would probably be a probably interesting book. I thought it was just some probably run the mill book that I have to read because it's English class. But as I gone further through the chapters, I'm just like, huh, this book is not bad.
So for me, I had never heard of this. Miss Walker actually, our assistant principal, she suggested it. And
Mhm.
so when I ordered it, I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool. And I looked it up on Amazon. I was like, oh, it's age appropriate, so our students may like it. So when I thought of the title, I think of nerve, like uh, like wow, you have the nerve to do that or something like that. So what's something that you had to get enough nerve to do? Maybe a dare or something just crazy where you were kind of nervous about it, but you had to get enough nerve to do it.
Whew. No, wait, I thought of that question myself while I was reading throughout the book, but as in the end, I wouldn't let nerve catch me in any way, no matter how grand the prize is.
Oh, good. I would say I have to get nerve all the time because I like to wear like crazy clothes. Like even with my hair right now, it took me nerve to dye it or to bleach it, whatever it is.
Looks
So thank you.
nice.
But this happened when I was on vacation recently and I took a trip to Los Angeles. And out there, everybody has something unique about themselves. So blonde hair wasn't really a big deal. But when I got back to Houston, I was telling my mom, I was like, oh, I'm going to change my hair back as soon as I get back home. And so when I landed back in Houston, I was like, I'm really gonna get some nerve, and I'm really gonna just leave my hair the way it is, and I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think. So sometimes we have to get to that point where we get enough nerve to do something that we may think others may think is crazy,
Yeah,
right?
there's sometimes when it just gives you some encouragement, like, you know what, I'm so gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
All right. So our next topic. So some of our characters in our book are we have V, who's our main character,
Mhm.
and tell us a little bit about V. Who is she? What grade is she in? What does she do for a living? What does she do in this book?
Well, as we probably know, V is probably the 11th grade, and she was helping with her friends along with the act in the auditorium. It was some kind of multicultural play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and hmm, I think she is a very interesting character. Sure, she's very paranoid throughout the whole book. She always has these deep thoughts and what if this happened, what's this gonna do? And if this happens instead of this, what's this gonna do?
Right. So throughout the book, nerve is a consistent theme because we know that V, our main character, what happens is, without telling you guys too much of the story, she goes on a series of challenges and quests because she's playing this game called Nerve. And throughout the book, she has to get enough nerve to actually make it through these challenges. And through these challenges, she gets some pretty cool prizes, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we're not encouraging anybody to do these challenges that they're doing in the book, but it's pretty cool to read and see how the characters respond to what's happening in the actual story.
Agreed. I first thought that it was just a normal, like a little silly, daring competition. Like, oh, you have to do this in order to get this. Like, never what you see in the TV shows. Like, oh, if you don't do this, you get it, but you just have to do it. There's no other way around it.
Right. So moving on. So jealousy is another kind of underlying theme that is happening in the Nerve book. So V, our main character, and her best friend kind of have this little underlying little back and forth jealousy thing, whether it's guys or being the most popular on campus. Situations that we all are in right now or that we've been through previously. So, have you ever been in a situation, or do you know anybody who's been in a situation where they've been jealous of someone or someone's been jealous of them, and kind of how did that play out?
Hmm. There are rarely times where I've been jealous, but there has been times, to be completely honest. Normally, when it comes to a situation like this, I normally just become in a temper, like, oh, how can I do this? Or I wish I had that. It just makes me so mad. Like
That's hilarious. So how do you handle your emotions, or I should say, what should be the appropriate emotional response to jealousy?
normally I would probably just bottle it up, but it's a pretty small bottle, and it just explodes all out with yelling and screams of anger, and then we hands up throughout the whole day. But in the end, I would probably just need to probably calm down. He's like, you know what? I'm just glad this person got this thing. Who knows? I might even get something even better. But still.
Absolutely. There are always appropriate ways to handle jealousy. I think at a certain point we all can find ourselves, if we're not careful of our emotions, that we may get jealous of other people. And I think that's a perfectly normal human emotion. But I think we just kind of have to watch how we respond to our own emotions and cater.
Yeah, and at times it's not exactly what it looks like, and we might just get ourselves all bottled up for nothing, and it's not purposefully trying to make you mad or make you envious in any other way.
Do you think jealousy is a big thing on campus, like in real life, between whether it's girls or guys and whatever?
Possibly, like I mean, no, not possibly, definitely. We're in high school right now. This is why most shows today, like Degrassi or The Secret Life of American
I love
Teenager.
Degrassi.
Yeah, it's exactly like all of this.
Yeah. So I mean, as an administrator, we see a lot of different situations on campus, and jealousy, happens to be one of those things that we see. But just like in this book, like we said, it's a normal human reaction. But as you read through Nerve, you'll see how the characters handle it. So I encourage you guys, as you read through Nerve, to look at how these characters handle their emotions, and use it as a way to reflect on how you are handling your emotions and how you interact with your friends or your enemies or even your teachers and your parents and everybody in the community around you. I think books, and the reason why I love reading books is because I like to see myself in the characters that I read about, or I can learn a lot of different lessons from the characters that we're reading about in the books. So I'm encouraging everybody who's watching this and everybody who's joining us in reading Nerve to read the book for entertainment, but also read it, not just on a surface level, but take it to a deeper level and apply what these characters are going through to your own life, and be an example of what positivity and positive actions and interactions with other people can be like.
Exactly. And trust me, I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, this is probably just a bunch of baloney. But trust me, I'm like just exactly like you guys. I'm not the biggest fan of books, and I can be very, very picky with books. Like some that just obviously has what I'm interested about, or I'm not interested in at all. At first, this is why I thought it would be interesting at all. But as I delved deeper and deeper onto this book, I was more interested by each chapter, just wondering what it's gonna do next. I just thought I would read it just for the sake of finishing my homework, but no, this book, whew, it kept me blown away of how much suspense and action it has in it.
I'm the same way. Typically, I like to read books that are like motivational books. So if you'll never come to my house, but just say if you whatever to come visit Mr. White's house, you'll see um, my house is full of like motivational books. After I read them, I like use them as decoration. So I'll like put them on the like shelves around the house and in the kitchen and on the nightstand. So when people come in, that's the type of energy that my place sets because that's what I like to pour into myself. So when I'm speaking and interacting with others, that same energy that I'm putting in, it comes back out. So this book, of course, isn't the type of book that I would normally read, but once I picked it up and I started reading, I was like, "Whoa, this is a pretty nice story.
Yeah,
It's pretty good." And I think that a lot of you guys will be able to relate to it, and you will see yourselves in these characters, and hopefully that you would enjoy it. And we're gonna be doing this every week. And I'll pick a new student. So if you see me in the hallway and you've been reading a nerve, then approach me and let me know that you want to be a part of the next video. And we can make that happen. And maybe the next time we can have a group discussion about what's going on in the book. And you guys can ask more questions and we can get the teachers involved and the administrators, however you guys would like to do this. One more question. Who's your favorite character and why?
ooh, that is a toughie. Normally because I like all the characters really, like Tommy, Sydney, everyone really. But either one probably has to be either V or Ian because they're both such daredevils, just devil may care characters. They're like normally what you relate to with your courage, like, you know what, I could probably do this. How hard could it possibly be? And they just kept delving deeper and deeper into the dares, and you're like, wow, I'm surprised you're still going with this, no matter how bad the dares might
Oh yeah,
be.
the dares get pretty crazy.
I know, right? And they're pretty snappish, like pretty sassy, as I would like to call it. They'll
Yeah.
always come up with the most witty, the most pithy of things.
What's interesting to me about V's character is in the opening chapters they paint her as this kind of innocent,
Apparently,
totally not daredevilish type of character. But as the book progresses and she keeps doing these challenges, she learns a lot more about herself. She learns that, hey, I'm not just this person people perceive me to be. There's a lot more into me than what she even thought about herself.
exactly.
And so that's a lesson for you guys as well. Don't let other people's perception of you limit you to what you have to be. You don't have to be anything people think that you are. You can be whatever you like to be. And so that's what I appreciate about V's character. But my favorite character would have to be Tommy.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
He's like the only sensible man in this whole book. He's like, hey, don't do this. Like something's gonna happen. I can just feel it. Oh no, it's no problem at all. But just you wait.
yeah.
Just you wait.
I see a lot of myself in Tommy. I'm that friend that's always kind of like people come to me for advice, and I'm like, I'm kind of blatantly honest. Like, you should do this or you should not do this, and I tell you why, and I try to be very logical. And just like Tommy is willing to do anything for V, that's kind of how I am with my friends. If you like are a really good friend of mine, then I'll go out of my way to make sure that you're okay and I'll do anything for you.
All right.
All right. So this is concluding our video for this week, and we will see you guys again on next week. As I